Now what I want to do is I want to help build an understanding of PowerShell. PowerShell is a incredibly powerful command line environment. It really does kind of live up to its name, and this is coming from a guy who grew up using DOS at a very young age, learning how to program and all of that, and DOS was kind of second nature to me. But I remember when PowerShell came out in 2006. I remember thinking, what's the point? Why do I need to learn a whole another command line environment? I love DOS. DOS does just fine. But here's the thing. So command prompt, which has its roots on DOS, is what we've always had in Windows since the beginning. I can go down here, search command prompt. I can open up command prompt if I want as an administrator just by right-clicking, and I can type commands, dir and change directory, cd, and all of that. I've got my TCP/IP commands like ipconfig and all that good stuff. Okay, but the thing is that command prompt definitely has two things that it doesn't do a great job on. Number one, command prompt doesn't let you write scripts. Not easily, anyway. It doesn't come with a programming language to script things. And then secondly, it also isn't very good about letting you remote into computers from a machine. So if I wanted to connect from this computer to another computer and have commands run on that other computer, there was no easy way to do that. I mean, you could get Telnet, you could get SSH, there was also PS exec, but those were extra things you had to get. There's nothing native in here, nothing that protects you security-wise either with all of that. So command prompt is fine, but it's not as powerful as Microsoft would like it to be. So in 2006, they released PowerShell, and PowerShell is incredibly powerful. So what I want to do right now, I want to show you how to get into PowerShell, and then I want to show you how to use PowerShell and build you a good foundation for how PowerShell works, okay? So first off, if you're already in command prompt, like I am, you can get into PowerShell simply by typing PowerShell, okay? So here I am, I'm in PowerShell now. You can tell I'm in PowerShell simply by looking at the letters PS right there, okay? So this is letting me know that I'm in PowerShell and I could begin running commands if I wanted to, okay? Another way to get into PowerShell is you can just go down here and you can type the word PowerShell into the search bar, and you can get into PowerShell by clicking it right here. You'll notice that if you go into it that way, it shows up with a blue background, which is kind of nice. A lot of people like that blue background just because it helps you visualize that you're in something different than command prompt. But notice that if you jump into it from command prompt, it doesn't do that. Also, if I right-click the Start button on the newer versions of Windows 10, I can get into PowerShell this way. As you can see, I'm now in PowerShell. I'm actually in 3 different windows of PowerShell, so let me close out of some of those. Okay, you can also up the font on PowerShell. If you right-click the little window bar there, click Font, and then I'm just going to up the font here so it's a little easier for you guys to see. And it's going to cd / go back to the root of the C drive and clear my screen. Okay, now, even though PowerShell does support your command prompt commands that you're used to, it actually is not command prompt. It has these little alias commands that allow you to run command prompt commands, but it is not really command prompt. PowerShell runs off of a verb-noun system, okay? So I can actually type things like a verb like the word get, which means get me some information. Or if I wanted to change something, I would type the word set. Set is a verb. It means I'm going to alter something. If I wanted to create something new, it would be usually the verb new. If I wanted to delete something in PowerShell, it's usually going to be the word remove. If I want to move something, it's going to be the word move, as you can probably imagine, okay? So there's various verbs that are going to do different things. Now, the other thing you're going to notice is that there's going to be, after the verb, there's going to be a dash, and then there's going to be a noun. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to see the different processes that are running on Windows right now, I can type get-process. And before I hit enter, I also want to point out that PowerShell supports this thing called IntelliSense. IntelliSense means it's going to try to detect exactly what it is that I'm going to type. Okay, so I can type, check this out, I can say get dash the letter P, and I can start hitting tab, and it's going to try to detect what it is that I'm typing. As you can see, it's putting that in. One of the early complaints about people in PowerShell was that they had very long commands. But honestly, the length of the commands really doesn't matter because I can use tab. I don't necessarily have to type it all out. Tab is your friend in PowerShell. It's probably one of the best friends you've got. Okay, so if you accidentally pass the command you're looking for, if you hold down Shift and hit Tab, you can go backwards. So there's the process command I'm looking for. Okay, now I'm going to hit Enter, and that's going to show me all the processes that are running in Windows right now. Okay, all right, so a lot of processes running. Maybe I want to see the services that are running. Windows has all these services that run in the background. I can type get-se, and there it is. I'm going to try to find service. I just passed it, so I'm going to hold down Shift and go back. I'm going to hit Enter. Here's all the services that are running. Okay. All right, so a lot of different services. In fact, there's one service that's not running on my computer right now called WinRM. This actually lets you remote into computers from your machine or into a machine. This is an incoming based service. So this service would need to be running on any computer that I wanted to remote into using PowerShell. It's called Windows Remote Management. It stopped on my machine. Really doesn't matter if it stopped on my machine. It would have to be started though on a destination computer for me to remote into it. I am going to show you though if I wanted to start this service. So remember a second ago I typed get-service. I'm going to type start-service now, and then the name. I'm going to specify the name. Now one thing I want to point out, a lot of commands you run in PowerShell have a default output that they perform, okay, that they'll show you. Like get-service shows you a default output, but some commands require additional parameters to specify information the command's going to need to know. So this command is an example of that. When I type start-service, this command is going to require me to specify which service I want to start. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to type the command out, start-service, hit spacebar, use a dash. A dash indicates that you're trying to specify a parameter, okay? Now here's something great about PowerShell as well. Not only do you have IntelliSense for your commands, you've also got IntelliSense for the parameters. So I can actually hit Tab, and I can see all the parameters that are available, okay? Now the parameter that I'm looking for is actually the word name. So there it is right there, and now I'm going to put in WinRM. Hit Enter, okay? Now notice that before I ran this command, WinRM is not running. But now that I've ran it, let's hit the up arrow so we don't have to retype. You hit the up arrow, it'll retype what's on the screen or what you typed previously. Check this out. WinRM service is now running. Okay, so see how all I did was I just changed the verb to the word start. Okay, now I'd also like to show you that there is a command you can type called get-command. And this will show you every single PowerShell command that is in memory right now on this computer, which is a lot, as you can see. A lot of commands. Now, what if I want to narrow down that list? What if I want to just see certain commands that I care about? Like, for example, if I wanted to see every command where the noun has the word net in it. Maybe I'm trying to do something involving networking. I can type get-command. All right, dash noun, and then if I watch what happens if I type the word net, nothing, right? Nothing, because there is no command where the noun is just the word net, okay? But I can use wildcards. Wildcards are stars. If I put a star after, an asterisk after the word net, it's going to show me every command that starts with the word net. Okay, any command starts with the word net and then doesn't matter what comes after it, it would show that to me. If I wanted to see every command that ended with the word net, I would do star net. It's going to show me every command that ends with the word net. If I put a star at the beginning and the end, star net start, it's going to show me every command that has the word net in it in general. Okay. So now what I can do is I can actually scroll up and see just the commands that have the word net in it. But what if I only want to see the commands that have the verb reset in it? Let's hit the up arrow. and then I'm going to hit space. I'm going to hit -verb, and then I'm going to put the word reset. This is going to show me every command where the verb is reset and the noun has the word net in it, which, as you can see, I've now narrowed down my list. Here's the other thing you can do that's really cool. I can actually get help if I need some help. I can type, well, if you're a Linux person, you know there's a command called man. You can type man and then the name of the command, which that command is supported in PowerShell, but the traditional PowerShell approach is a command called get-help. And then type the command you want help on. So if I wanted help on, let's see, this command right here, reset-net IP HTTP configuration, HTTPS configuration, I could. So reset-net IP HTTP configuration. Notice how I just use tab. It's going to ask me if I want to download the latest help pages. I don't want to do that right now, so I'm just going to hit no. And then it's going to show me the help information, which is the syntax of it. Now I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not a big fan of their help information there. I actually prefer to look these up in Microsoft's knowledge base. I actually have had a better track record with getting great information by actually going and looking this up inside of their knowledge base. So I want to encourage you, when this is also going to help you when you're studying for the exam, when you're studying, maybe you're going through a practice test or something, look commands up in their knowledge base. Okay, so if I come back over here and go to a search engine like Google, I'm going to put in reset net IP HTTPS configuration. Okay, reset, let's type that in, reset net IP HTTP configuration. Okay, great thing is I'm going to hit enter, and you can see even if I typo something, Google or Bing or whatever you're using is going to catch that. So here's the command. It's usually the very first entry in the search engine. It's going to show up. I can click on it, and it's going to give me a knowledge base article on what this command does. It's going to give me a description. It's going to show me every single parameter, and the thing that I love the most is you get examples of how to use the command. So I encourage you always to pull up these knowledge base articles, okay, and go through those. Those are very, very helpful, okay, all right, and will definitely help you, learning what the command can do and what the parameters can do.